Hello YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host Mary Ellen. This is sort of a stitch along episode where I am working on some crazy quilting. I think you saw me get interested in crazy quilting by following Dances with Pit Bulls. Go give her a follower. She's got a lot of really helpful information on crazy quilting and beading and other fine arts. So highly recommend. So we had, this is a 4-patch quilt, and this has got a needle in it, so that's going to be a work in progress. What I wanted to do was the following. I wanted to bead the center, bead the first circle, and then stitch around the outer piece. So that's what we need to work on now, but let's have a review. So this is possibly, I think this is the only one that I've finished. I don't want to make it too complicated because it's my first one and I'm still learning. And I don't have a lot of, there's just a lot of content to take up. So I'm going to call this one done for now, unless something else occurs to me. So there's that. So that one is done. Then I have this one. And at this point, I decided that I should do the centers of all of them. And the extra bits of this aren't done. And then the extra bits of this are done, but the center and the first circle aren't. So if we're looking at relative completion, we have that. We have that's still got to have the frilly bits. This is raw, and then this is partially done. And I am wanting to come on here and work with you because I am not getting this done if I am not with somebody. Not gonna lie, it's hard to do Christmas stuff in January. That's gonna have a blob, a decorative blob to cover that. And I had an accident with the beads. Because anybody who works with beads, I feel like you're not trying if you're not having accidents. I have, this used to be full of these bits and did not have the cap on tight enough, and thus we have some spillage. I need this and this. I think this is my beading needle. Ooh, yes it is. And we are here. And I didn't really know if that's what I wanted to do. I probably abandoned it because it's just a lot. But I think that crazy quilting is 1000% slow stitching. And this is, I need to pull my chair in a little closer, otherwise I'm just going to keep pulling this off the table and you won't be able to see. I wonder if, oh, nope, there we are. I thought it would go closer. It went the other way. Sorry about that. There. I'm learning an awful lot about textiles and the, I don't want to say informal, but the Ariane Zurcher calls it improvisational, and I think that's a perfect word for it. So a formal quilt is not improv. This is. Come on, I know there's a hole there. There we are. I'm gonna be right back. Need to blow my nose. Okay, so that's like 2 bits. See, 2 bits, 5 minutes. This rate, I'll be done by the turn of the century. There, and where do we want this? We want that one up here. So there's this kind of improvisational stitching, which is crazy quilting. There's Ariane, who is doing essentially just raw abstract art. Rachel at Roxy Creations is doing let's call it an improvisational still life using fabric as opposed to paint. It is really interesting to me because I do love the fiber arts. There's somebody else that I follow, the Catbird Quilts, and she does formal quilting. K3N does a lot of gorgeous slow stitching, and she's also into dyeing. What else does she do? Just really intuitive, I would say. Sewing, she has got tons. She's a very, what do we call it? She has a large stitch vocabulary at her disposal. And I think that's one of the things that I am so grateful for YouTube for. That it gives you access to people who have big vocabularies. And if you hang out with people with big vocabularies, yours cannot help but be improved by association. And even more so if you try it yourself. What my problem is I'm running at I'm not going anywhere, but the more interests you garner, the more things you want to do, and the more time you need to follow all of them. Nope. Yep. Did I mention that I have no idea where I got this? These bits? No idea. Oops. While it has not arrived yet, I have it on good authority that someone over Christmas, when people say, "Oh, I have no idea to get you. What to get you for Christmas?" It is super useful for everybody concerned to have such a list available. Well, you can get me this, or you can get me that, or you can get me this. And sometimes they don't even know what it is that they're purchasing. But because they love you, they will get it for you anyways. And that is the joy of life. And so I have, again, on good authority, apparently the eventual arrival of some silk ribbon, maybe. I don't know how wide. Oh, this is beeswax, and it's, oh, I wish you could smell. It smells so good. Beeswax helps with the unentanglement, but it does not help with the threading, particularly of a beading needle. We'll get there. And there's something else apparently that's in the mail for me. I can't remember what it is. And it might be that they just never told me. They just said, oh, there's something on its way. Be on the lookout. Or just like that. Don't feel that's not a good enough knot. There we are. Okay, now back to where we were. Nope. Yep, there we are. I think what would be fabulous is to create, so one of the things that I made over the holidays was some Christmas bunting to hang up. And it worked out really well. I was really, really happy with how it turned out. And it occurred to me that crazy quilting would be the perfect technique to do some really pretty ones. Come on, you can do it, you can do it! Oh, come on. It's entirely possible that I don't need a beading needle to do this. Not for the top ones anyways, but probably for the bottom ones, so might as well just keep bashing on. Oops. Oh! Here it is. There. Okay, let's have a booski. I am not going to decorate a lot of that bow because I don't know how to do it. So that makes decision making easy. And I've got to do something here. What have I been doing with the other ones? Oh, I know, I think. Get that out of the way for the moment. So that one isn't done. That one is the light. That's red tiny. So something small and sparkly. That should work. Where's this? I do have, and I think most beaders do have, two kinds of collections. One is this container contains nothing but the thing it contains. And then other containers that contain all the bits and pieces of everything that didn't have a home. And so it's the home for homeless. And this just happens to be the container that contains the thing it contains, which is these weird things. And I'm not going to use them for a while, so I'm going to put them away. And this time, I'm going to put the cap on properly. There we are. Good job. Okay, and now I want these. These or these? How about this? Sure. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't need many. Where's my needle? Here's my needle. So I'm not like, it's better to go at an angle. That's maybe what I should do. Okay, let's try that. That's one of the things that I figured out to do, and that was to create variety, not only in color but in positioning and also in movement. So in the first one I did these just straight along. This time I'm going up and down. Those are straight, those are up and down. This is going to be zigzaggy. Otherwise it looks funny. It doesn't look complex, maybe. Like the more variation you have, the more visual impact it has, as opposed to everything being regular. These turned out really nice. I like these. Kind of make up for a dull bow. Yeah, good enough. There. Now then, I think I'm done this one. Let's see. This one went all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4. We went all the way around. We did something in the center. We might put a button there or something later. Okay, so we've got that done. And then by done, I mean we've done this core of beading. And then I'm going to go back and do sort of this kind of work on them. So I'm doing them in not one at a time, but one technique at a time. Okay, so Birdie Burb, what do you have to say for yourself? We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gosh, it's huge, huge, huge. Well, we've got those out. We could probably do those. Save us going in and out anyways. Oops. Another thing that I am realizing that I need to learn a lot about is color and creating contrast, pleasing contrast colors. But as the French say, un crise par la fois. You can't learn everything all at once. Step 1, make 4 patches, crazy quilt them, and then hang them up. And this is, what's your problem here? Just want to see if this will work. Yep. So we are going to go to here. Oops. Oops. Yeah, good enough. Now we're done. Like putting a bead down on this, I don't know what color is good for that. Maybe a dark color. So these are too big. Are they? They're flat. These are sparkly. Let's see what we have in here. So that would go nice across there. Green, oops, go nice across there. But what to do on, you know what? Okay, let's try. I wonder where I got these little ones. Yeah, okay, we're gonna try. We are gonna try. Okay, we need to brace ourselves here. I'm putting them all over so I can see them better. Okay. And I can probably change needles too, because I think I need a stronger thread than just thread. Okay. 'Tis decided. So this one might be the only one that's got these beads, which will deal. Oh yeah, this might be the I was gonna say the blob, the bit. Yes, this looks a little messy. There. Just make sure. Yep. I need some thread. What do you look like? It's not very long. This is much longer. Let's try it. Got a cat hair in my mouth. Okay. All right, so plan. So what do we want to do down here? I'm just color testing. Ooh, that green, it's nice. Come on. Oh, let's try this purple. On the red. The purple and the red get lost. 2 greens work. Okay, so we've learned something. How do I want to do this? Do this a simple way. Oh, it's so much nicer working with larger beads and embroidery thread. Feels so much more substantial. Oops. I'm going to resist the temptation of going all the way back and then making these like super straight. Because nobody is going to notice. Oh dear. There, okay, that worked. Then we're going to do these, same kind of deal, but different colors. Sure, why not? So we're going to start with, I'm going to start this way. So it's going to be kind of like the circles before, but not really. And as opposed to these, which I want to have the bead on the edge, these I want to have the bead on the flat. Yep, okay, we're all right. I think, maybe. I can't pull it too tight because that'll mess everything up. But in my head it works. Okay. There. Sure, let's keep going. Put it that way. Yep, that's okay. I'm trying to think if there's an easier way of doing it, and I don't know that there is. Yeah, well, you know what? We'll just keep bashing on. Maybe I do one bead at a time. I think that's maybe the easier way of doing it, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be a lot. This one is going to be really intensely beaded compared to the other ones, which may be okay. It's entirely possible I don't care. Or I don't care that much. Yep, it's better to do it one at a time. I'm going to do some cheating, because this is wacky tedious. I won't say cheating per se. I just want to get a move on. And I think I do have to go over those beads again and make them flat, which is fine. And so I'm going to return to doing the twos, but I just needed to do some territory moving here. What other thing could I do? Let's try this. I'm a ridiculous person for wanting to go faster. Well, no, not really. But I would like to go faster. So if I do that, and I do that, technically speaking, do this. Nope, it's got to be the other way. Ooh, that did not sound healthy. There we are. At least it's easy to thread. I guess I could couch them. But couching 2 beads sounds a little bit weird. However, what we did learn from these beads is flat beads is a useful way to cope with really complicated and widely varying backgrounds. Because in the other ones I put in sparkles and it just gets lost in the sparkle. That's a chonker. Okay, I've officially run out of thread. So I'm going to stop here, stop the video here, but I'm going to keep going, I think. And this is probably going to be periodic. This has given me a lot of help in terms of being able to get some more progress and some more thinking and so on and so forth. So always appreciate your company. Please take very good care of yourself. Stay out of trouble. Always love you lots, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.